is deep yet full of jest. Come on in, you found the best. Between two giants here you'll find wit and wisdom intertwined, laughs and knowledge hand in hand. This is the show that's in command.
Hey, welcome back, Brian.
Hey, man, good to be here. How you been?
I'm all right.
We took a week off.
We did. Well,
the people don't know.
Nobody knows.
But we know.
Right.
Did you enjoy your week off?
It was not terrible.
Okay.
I got my mind right.
That's good.
Reinvested in this stupid endeavor.
Cool. Did you listen to any episodes while you're off?
Fuck no.
Okay. All right.
I listened to them twice because I edited them.
That's right. That's
so
right.
I don't need to listen to them again.
Yeah, that's cool.
I got feedback from Dave, the phone-in guy, the Emmy-winning Dave.
The most famous person we've ever had on the show.
Correct. He gave a big thumbs up. He listened to his podcast
he
on the way
himself?
to work. He's like, that was really good.
Yeah.
Like, all right,
I was really
down.
good, or that was
down.
really good, or how did it?
He didn't say. He just said that was really good.
Nice.
Anyway,
Good.
so that's good feedback.
Yeah, that's great.
So I wanted to give you an update on Mom.
Oh, I need to hear this. This is like the biggest thing I missed about not meeting with you last week.
Right. So for those of you that had not listened to previous episodes,
Go to hell.
I have. Jesus Christ. That's not how we went over the Polish listeners. I have recounted stories about my mother, who is my early stages of the dementia, I would believe. I mean, that's based on her behavior. It's the only option.
Math.
In any case, we're going out to see her next week.
Oh, I'm going?
No, you're not going. No, I am taking the fam.
Okay.
Because Mom doesn't travel because she doesn't like people.
Yeah.
Big surprise.
Yeah.
In any case, I thought, and I wanted to run this by you, I thought I would do a one-on-one interview with her that we could feature on the podcast.
Yeah, I like it. I can't call in. I'm not allowed.
I'm not going to bring the setup.
Oh, yeah.
I was just going to bring my phone and like a mic, and that's it.
Okay. No, that's fair.
And we can put it in. What I thought is we could put it in as a sound effect, but let it just play, and then we could like stop it and comment. Kind of like a play-by-play.
I get it. So we record it and then we listen to it.
Correct.
Dude, that's a really good idea. We're getting semi-decent at doing this.
That's not
Mostly
crazy.
you.
All right.
Today, like one, I was like, oh shit, I gotta send Michael the questions.
Oopsies.
Whoops. That's today.
Yeah. Well, anyway, so you're in for that, right?
Okay. Oh yeah, that's
All right.
a really, really good idea.
All right. Well, we'll see.
Yeah. I mean,
It's pretty much like mining gold.
yeah.
There's
It's not gonna be bad. It'd be funny if she gets on. She's like, "Hello, my name is Michael." It's just a really deep voice or something. Would be funny.
If she starts just swearing.
Yeah.
That
She's
would be
like,
great.
you know, the fucking razor companies.
I've been waiting for you to come,
Yeah, it's about fucking time you visited me, son.
jackass.
Nice. Well,
Anyway,
episode time?
sure.
I mean, you got no real updates for your mom, but you're still really good at the teasers, which is fantastic. But
Yeah, it's a little just a tip
yeah. Oof. Okay.
with my mom.
Wow.
Okay.
Cool. Maybe I don't want to do that, but we'll talk about it. She doesn't have a heart attack in the middle of it, but we got a fun guest today who's actually also our sponsor, which is pretty exciting that we're getting some sponsors for it. So
It's about fucking time.
I know, TMI has been our biggest sponsor by,
Here's the
letting us-
thing. They say they're a sponsor, and we have yet to recoup any of the sponsorship.
I got a really
dividends.
nice hug, and
No.
so we get free recording space. So that's kind of a sponsor.
I mean, I feel like they'd let anybody do this.
No,
I thought the deal was like free beer.
no, that wasn't.
Yeah,
Yeah,
never
sorry.
mind.
Yeah,
All right, we're in the market for sponsors anyway.
Yeah, by the way, and we will work for beer.
Right.
But a little local business here. We're going to talk to the owner here, Matt, in a minute. But there's a place called Little Shop of Hot Sauce down on Virginia and 7th Street next to Virginia Market. It used to be a vape shop years ago, and a few other things. Hasn't been his business forever. But go on down. I went down to visit beforehand. They've got a bunch of hot sauces you can sit there and taste
It's
a
weird.
bunch.
The hot sauce shop has hot sauce.
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
interesting.
Yeah. We're going to go deep on this episode,
Okay.
Mike. So
Balls
pace
deep.
yourself. But
Okay.
also they have like some seasonings and pickles and relishes and really old baseball cards on the wall, which is kind of cool. Really funny signs. But you can sit down and do like a little curated. Try this,
Sure.
this, and salsas and all sorts of stuff.
Stick this in your mouth.
So, all right, yeah, seriously. Thank you for taking care of our sponsors so much, Michael. That's how you get more. Make penis and mouth jokes.
Correct. I feel like they could take it.
Yeah, but no, check it out. Little sauce, or it's a little shop of hot sauce. It's a hard one to say when you're looking at Michael's face. But no, it's a really cool shop. Go down and check it out. And we got on the episode with us today is Matt. Hi, Matt. You're live, buddy.
Yeah.
Hello, everybody.
Hi.
That's physically present and listening.
Yeah, we've had him on mute for a while. We got to make sure we can, control him.
It was very difficult
We had to put
for
him-
me. It was the hardest 3 minutes of my life.
He was basically in timeout.
Yeah, usually people just hang up or stop listening in 2 minutes.
It was
so.
tough.
Yeah.
But
yeah.
you did it, and we're
Yeah.
proud of you.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
It's the first time I've ever heard that. So it's nice to get some it's nice to get
Your first thank you.
yes. It's some
man.
validation that I need
Yeah.
to keep going.
That's a big part of growing up. Well, Matt, you don't live here in the neighborhood, correct? You're not a Coronado resident. You're just here pretty much 7 days a week.
No, absolutely not. But I try to be here 6 days a week.
Okay.
I live at 32nd and Osborne.
Well,
so
podcast is over.
yeah. Look, but I've lived there since '09. So
Oh,
now I
old
say
school.
people go, Arcadia Light. I'm like, okay.
Is that a thing? Arcadia Light?
Absolutely. Absolutely. What it means is that the homes are very expensive.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
Yeah, I live in
But-
Coronado Heavy. Is that different or?
Same thing.
Does that mean you get the heavy in terms of the heavy gunfire or just like
Potentially.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, it's
All right.
a lottery here. Everybody
sounds-
wins.
This is the
But-
full clip neighborhood.
Yeah. Hey, that's what I'm talking about.
All right.
I've had a business here for a third of my life, so
That's crazy.
I don't live here, but
You do live
I've
here.
lost
Yeah.
more money in
Oh.
this neighborhood than in other neighborhoods.
Yeah, if you want to lose more, start a podcast.
You'll go in the tank real quick.
But if I was allowed to use more ums,
No,
that
please
could
don't.
help.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah, Michael loves editing him out. It's
I'm
so
going to
much
disconnect
fun.
right now.
Yeah. He likes very slow, very long ums.
That's the best. Awkward pauses are great too.
Yeah, my bad. That's on me. That's on me. So, you used to own your first business here was Butt Out, right?
That's correct.
Okay. How'd you end up starting the business there? You've been in the same space with multiple stores, which is super cool.
Was that a male strip club?
No, you're talking about
may have-
Band-Aids?
I mean, that's a really good marketing.
Well,
Yeah.
I mean,
we did do an advertisement. We got a ton of and still do from the Phoenix gay community due to proximity and
Sure.
my right hand man Caleb, probably the only openly gay guy in the vape scene. It was a very neckbeardy. So we did have. I wouldn't say that we were a male strip club, but I did
Lot of
do an
dudes.
advertisement that said the second best thing you'll put in your mouth, and I was very drunk at Pride and wore some skimpy underwear, and then my parents showed up. That was pretty weird.
Yeah. They're like, I'm
You
not
don't
proud of
say-
you, son.
No, it doesn't phase them because
Oh.
that's very low on just the awful things
Right.
I've
Yeah,
done.
like the
but
tamest thing you've done all year.
right. This is it? Okay. Well,
Cool. Thank God he has pants on.
This time.
So how did you end up getting or starting
So
Butt
I,
Out?
I used to smoke cigarettes. I picked that up. I'm so thankful that I at least learned one thing at Yeshiva University in New York City, one of the worst schools of all time.
Yeah,
Shout
right.
out. Well, shout out.
Shout out to the Maccabees.
Our new sponsors.
They lost a ton of money with Madoff, and that made me happy. But
Nice.
I started vaping in '09 based on the recommendation of a great friend of mine named Quentin, aka the godfather of Butt Out. Wasn't good enough at the time. 2011, got back from the greatest show I've ever been to, the Big Four and Indio, Metallica, Megadeth, Slayer, and Anthrax.
Nice.
And I had bronchitis, and the doctor said you should probably stop smoking. I said okay, lit up right after.
Yeah.
And
What do they know?
Fuck that guy.
they didn't care about me.
Yeah.
Well, it's
But-
repeat business if you keep smoking.
Yeah,
so-
right. But then, like, all right.
Well, to some extent,
Right.
until you die.
Well, yes.
Yeah.
We'll just keep farming. It's
Yeah,
fine.
yeah.
I don't know how to farm. I've lived
No,
in
no.
this.
Farming for cancer patients.
Oh,
Yeah, there's-
understood.
Plenty. They just
So-
switched to diabetes.
It's fine.
So I tried it in 2011 and boom, it worked. And I was in I accidentally joined a primarily black motorcycle club at the time.
Hang on. Hold
Yeah,
on.
what-
Wait. Whoa,
Record scratch.
whoa.
Go
You
ahead.
accidentally joined a black motorcycle gang.
Yeah, I got a motorcycle, much to my parents' chagrin. I
Sure.
met a guy named Chief at Dirty Pirate Motorsports. And he's white, and he's like, yeah, you should come, prospect, whatever. And the next day I took should not have ridden that bike all the way to San Diego to their main chapter. The club's been around, Flaming Nights, been around since 1968. And all of a sudden, everybody's black. Everybody's talking shit. I have no idea what's going on, and I loved it. So I still
Confusion
maintain
is your thing.
no, just a lot of just mistakes where I'm like, all right, I'll roll with this.
Okay.
I didn't see this on the application.
So you
I'm so sorry.
accidentally drove. Did you ride your motorcycle by yourself to San Diego, or was it
Yes.
like you just like whoops and then like you drove?
Just
I meant to go to Glendale.
the things I do in life, they're not on purpose. Sometimes they work.
Okay.
Interesting.
So
So
the
they're just like,
vaping.
this guy fits in, and they let you in,
No, I don't fit in.
but they let you join the club.
Yes, I don't fit in, and I enjoy not fitting in. And then I carve my own spot.
Nice.
I'm
Okay.
just a weird Jew who likes heavy metal and has a hot sauce shop. And before that was a vape shop. Like, none of it makes sense.
Yeah.
What was your name in the motorcycle club?
Yeah.
Red Line. Not because I was good at riding, but because I drank a lot of energy drinks. There was no reason. Like, I appreciate the fact that my parents didn't go, we are going, great parents, that they didn't go, we're going to disown you. But after the third time of them visiting me in the hospital, I realized maybe it was time to, step back.
Yeah.
So I started delivering vape products just on my motorcycle. This is before, we're talking 2011. And just randomly, Mill Avenue, shout out Fat Tuesday. Jason, the owner, used to let me just set up. So in mid 2012, I spoke to my dad. There was only one vape shop established at the time, and I went there, and I'm like, oh my God, there are people coming in. So I talked to him, and my dad, family friend, who's my friend also, used to own the shopping center where Virginia Liquor is, Dan
okay.
Hall. So he let me set up build a little shop, $500 a month.
Oh damn.
Jesus Christ.
That's awesome.
And this was 2012, and there was nothing like it. I took a few observations from the established shop, and I go, well, they don't let people test the flavors, and they also treat their customers very poorly. So that business exploded. I had a shop in 24 years old. I have no idea what I'm doing, but for better or for worse, I was able to get away with some, not like malicious mistakes, but you make some business mistakes, and amazing employees. Like, I just hit up one of the strangest people I've ever met, Jay Garbinski. He worked for me starting 2014 to 2017. He still calls me boss. Like, that
Better than
makes me
Redline, huh?
Redline. Well, now I'm originally on KDKB. I would call them and ask for them to play Iron Maiden, even though I knew it was already programmed. Really just to talk shit and give bad ratings on mandatory Metallica. So Mike Gobby, the night guy, became my friend. Still a great friend. He's an ogre. He looks like he,
Like an actual ogre?
He looks. Well, I asked him the other day. I'm like, "How's Jack?" He's like, "What do you mean, Jack?" I'm like, "The guy who climbed up the beanstalk with those 5 magic
I'm
beans."
sure you like that.
So I
people love
became
that
the
shit.
Burgermeister, and then the Motley Jew and Red Light. It's just a bunch of
Yeah. Do you ever forget your own actual name at points because he has so many nicknames?
no. Because
that's
when
good.
my dad, when it's a good call, he calls me Weasel. If I get a hey Matt, I go fuck. My mom calls me Lucifer. My wife calls me all sorts of names, and she's from Senegal, West Africa. Just so I really enjoyed. It's not necessarily that I'm such a great salesman. What I have to do is I have to enjoy a product that I use and create a customer experience. And the vape business changed, both the market and laws and things like that. And it was tough. And I lost my vape business, and not everybody gets even a first chance at starting a business. My
Right.
dad helped me out with that. And I didn't waste that opportunity. He was very successful. And he goes, hey, I said, I want to get rid of this shop. And BJ was in there, and he sees that it's basically my home where every stupid little knick-knack has a story. I say, Pop, I don't want to be here.
Right.
You're wasting your money. He says, you're good at what you do, which I was explaining to BJ means you are not a functional human being in the real world. But
Yeah.
so I'm like, what do I sell? I figure out something to sell, is what he said, because we had a little West African market, and that was tough to run by itself for multiple reasons. Vendors, things like that. I'm not good at selling women's clothes and expired
Curious.
African
Yeah.
products.
Yeah.
Didn't have
But
the right
also,
nickname.
you have to. You right. Well, no. My nephew Richard calls me the mayor of Granyof, so I do have a few nicknames. I don't know what my wife calls me when she's angry. It's nothing nice. Or husband of the year. There's no
Sure.
there's
I
no
feel like that might be
balance.
sarcasm.
That's no. I got her a great Mother's Day gift.
Oh, okay.
I
Well,
got all the gifts and stuff like that, the normal stuff, and then I got her a photography session because we have a 6.5-month-old daughter,
Oh, nice.
Jean Noel, aka No.
What's her nickname?
No.
I'm joking.
No.
Oh.
That's one of
I
them.
called her a gruesome monster. She got her ears pierced, so I was calling
Her
her
choice. Her
calling
choice.
her Mr. T. Yeah, I told my wife, I'm like, well, we're gonna get tattoos, and she wasn't very happy about that idea. I thought it was cool.
For a 6-month-old.
Yeah.
Chumbo.
They're pretty chill about it.
But yeah, it's been interesting being a dad. I'm just running on tangents. I don't know what's going on
That's
with my
why
life.
they call you Tangent.
All I know is that I was able to originally, my thought was doing international snacks. People have the subscriptions and they're very popular. My dad goes, okay, go ahead, invest, whatever, $3-4 grand. I never did it because I've never been into that. And I got, maybe I should have gone with the hot sauce that I've had for 2.5 years. And we put a lot of time into it, and really it's a combination of, I call it 3 different sections, where it's the stuff that people know. If you're a little bit into hot sauce, you watch Hot Ones, you're going to know those brands. Then I have Tabasco, Cholula, things like that. Then I have brands where I know the vendors personally, and I've been so lucky to have great vendors and have my 4-stage obsessive tasting set. And I enjoy it. I really do, because I think in this day and age, you can't compete with price.
Mm-hmm.
You can't compete. I'm trying to launch a delivery in the area. You can't compete with convenience.
Yeah.
You can't compete with selection, but I sure as shit can deliver a better experience than anybody.
Interesting.
And that, because who wouldn't want to? I don't care what's life is like outside. Like, when you want to feel like a celebrity, you come into my shop. It's
Right.
fun.
Sure.
So that's,
Oh,
and
yeah.
I take a lot of pride in my product, stand behind it. So regardless of how, like, it looks like an eccentric, I am an eccentric weirdo's studio, but there's a lot of product. So that's what I do. I've been, again, very lucky, and I'm working at this business, and the pizza place is opening right next door. That's
Yeah.
owned by Virginia Liquor, and the new
Yeah.
landlords, Sam, Mazen, they're awesome. They're so good to me.
Nice.
And I say, Mazen, can I do this? He said, whatever makes your business better. So
nice.
that's
cool.
a very long spiel
Yeah.
of it's not a matter of I have to have something to sell that I enjoy, but really it's about something that allows me to provide an incredible customer experience, because I enjoy that.
No, that's cool. I stopped by before the show, like I said, but it was walked in. I was like, this is not what I expected the store to be. When I walked in, it just had a bunch of really fun, kind of kooky shit, like really funny signs, like, by the salsa, like, oh, just get the chips and we'll take care of the rest,
You know why I do
Yeah.
that?
Because you're funny? Or because they call you posters?
I'm not. There's a slight touch of the tism, but what I wanted is for people. I have a lot of products. So I wanted your eyes to get drawn to that, so you don't
Yeah.
get overwhelmed by the amount of product I have.
No, it's really, really genius. So, question for you. You mentioned Hot Ones, right? And I saw they had you watch Hot Ones, Michael? You ever seen Hot
Is
Ones?
that the wing thing?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. Okay, so you're aware.
I'm aware of
you
it.
have the YouTubes, right?
It's true.
Yeah, but they have the one sauce, the bomb there, which that's the hell with eating that ever because it's just
It
disgusting.
tastes terrible.
Yeah,
it's not
it's
meant
bad.
to enjoy.
No, it's just
sounds lovely.
yeah. But do you carry every season they do different ones? Do you carry a lot of the sauces that are on the show, or is that something people ask about? Because there's a few on there. I'm like, man, I'd like to buy that, but I don't want to buy the sauce, and I don't want to eat the whole thing. And I
Shit
don't know.
yourself.
Yeah, I mean, they have like
No.
some really nice low heat, flavorful ones, and I'm like, oh, that looks kind of delicious,
I don't.
Okay.
I mean, there are some staples. They've certainly elevated a lot of brands, so there are going to be matches. But I
Yeah.
had somebody come in for him and his friend. They wanted to do their own little hot sauce challenge, so to speak.
So original.
So I was able their own spin. So I really enjoy being able to do that. I can't compete with. My goal is not to compete with hot ones.
Yeah.
People, they have great product, and they've made it wasn't even intentional. They made hot sauce a pop culture.
Yeah.
It's crazy, but
Who would have
people
thunk?
Yeah.
people are watching that for the pain.
Yeah,
Whereas
yeah.
for me,
Right.
I'm much more focused. I carry that stuff, but that's not how I make my money. I can't make my money on selling
Hurting
a good
people?
bottle. No, not at all. People will come in, they go, I don't want any hot sauce. And I go, yes, you do. You just,
Yeah, you just-
are scared.
Have you watched anything else other than Hot Ones, or is that the only reference you have, ma'am? Or
I think you should leave.
oh, dude, I literally was watching that before I came down today.
I have a few signs when you leave. The entrance used to say the door opens this way from the first skit.
Yeah.
And then another one says
55 cheeseburgers, 55 hot dogs.
I spent enough money, and then it says, are you sure about that? My wife doesn't quite like the surrealist humor, but that is a great
Oh my
show.
God, that's so funny. I literally popped that on. It's
great.
It's
It's great.
so funny, dude. You watch it?
It's still talking about the hot wing thing.
No, we're talking about the show, the skit thing on Netflix called "I Think You Should Leave."
Oh, I saw one.
Yeah.
I'm not smart enough.
Okay,
It's no, it's not like one of those. No, it's not.
it's so funny. You
I'll
should
try
watch
it again.
not.
I'll try it again.
Anyways, then go off on a tangent.
You said
Just
it was
cracked me
the
up.
adults tour for adults.
Exactly. I get it. I get it.
All right.
Well, cool. So that's cool. So now you're still there, successful. I know you do some tasting.
Whoa. That second part, I am trying to be. There's a lot of upside to this
Okay,
business.
so I mean, successful.
It's-
You're still open.
That's
Open
with
to
a
failure.
lot. That's with a lot of help. That's
Yeah.
with some help after
Okay.
the vape business.
Yeah.
So that is with the caveat. It's with help.
Yeah.
There is a lot of upside to this business. I get people in. Once they're in, there's an extremely high chance of them buying things and enjoying it, the local
Yeah.
neighborhood. So it's a little different. It didn't the vape business. I opened up the first one in the Phoenix, explosive.
Yeah.
So this is different. It's there's a lot of upside, but there are some good days, and then there are some days where I'm like, oh well,
Very lonely.
yeah.
But hey, let's be honest. He can handle the heat, right?
I don't know what that means.
It runs the hot
Oh,
sauce.
I will
I
say
should
I don't
pre-write my
I
jokes.
don't
Yeah.
like
I took a week off.
I don't
man.
like the volume because it'll mess up my stomach, but I happen to have stone cold reactions to the hottest stuff.
Nice.
I'm elite on that because it's
Okay.
about compartmentalizing the pain.
Yeah.
I think you mentioned earlier, like the ones that are super hot are just not good.
Yeah.
I'm not interested in burning my mouth off.
Yeah,
for
like
flavor.
those
That's-
are- Now you can't taste anything.
A customer call. I used to call them jackass flavors. A customer called it a party trick, and that's what they're there
Yeah.
for hot ones for fun. But
Yeah, yeah.
that I carry them again. I'm still a hot sauce shop. I've tried them. I enjoy people's pain.
Come on down.
Because no, it's not there. Is I don't bait and switch.
Yeah.
They come in. They go, I want the spiciest thing you have. I said, look, just the waitress clap for you when you got the extra spicy at Buffalo Wild Wings. You do not understand
Yeah.
what targeted heat is.
Yeah.
Right.
And
So, but it doesn't taste good.
Yeah.
what tomorrow's going to be.
Oh, it's
So
it's
I
bad.
got-
How's your
couple-
toilet paper situation?
Single ply.
Oof.
Yeah.
Times are tough.
That is rough.
It's tough. So a couple questions for you. One, I know you have some of your seasoning here
That
that
is-
you guys make. My buddy Dylan's like, you do their seasoning's amazing. Da 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 da. So can you talk about A, the season you guys make, and B, your experience if you want to sit there and like try some of the sauces and like go through a moment of realization.
So
That's his nickname.
there's new nicknames.
Yeah.
Okay.
We make them up. You call me BJ. I mean, that's great. You know,
I thought that's your name on Facebook. I have a
BJ,
real name on.
Sorry, I'm BJ Smooth or Brian Johnson. So it's just so people couldn't
normal
find me.
initials.
It's not his hobby.
I'm not here to
Don't
judge.
tell me what I do.
Like I said, I'm a very progressive place.
Sure,
we don't kink shame. No, I
used
will
to
kink
used
shame.
to
No,
run
no
a
kink shame.
gay.
No
I
kink
will
shame.
kink shame
No kink
furries. Sounding, that's a creepy one. Sorry. Okay, so the one thing, edit that. Like Dr. Phil, we can edit that out.
No.
So the one thing that we produce is Gigi seasoning. My wife is Gilbert. This is a seasoning that she came up with years before I met her. It is a 14 blend, all-purpose seasoning. It's not super spicy. It's just so well done.
Okay.
She's from Senegal. It's not a super rich place, and it's the general rule, except for England or Ireland. If you are using inexpensive ingredients, you gotta sauce it or spice it.
Yeah.
So her friends started asking, "Hey, why does your stuff taste good?" And this, she got a couple $100, made it, and then through the vape business, I happen to have the ability and the equipment to label, package, ship, and fill. So I have I have the recipe down to the gram, and I spend 5 hours. I hate it. People say, oh, it's a labor of love, and that's a lie. I hate making this, but I'm very proud at. I don't skimp even on 1 gram. I'm so precise because it's all about the best. It's so good on everything. So that's the one thing that predated the hot sauce shop.
Okay.
But it's easier to sell seasoning when you have a hot sauce shop.
Right.
Yeah,
that makes sense.
It goes hand in hand. Now, the hot sauce shop, primarily, it's not so much about the selection. It's about once they look, and I can kind of figure out whether they need a little self-guided tour, they need to be left alone a little bit, or whether they need guidance. The main thing is then they come to the testing bar, which I had when I had a vape shop. So I've been, even though I've only had the hot sauce shop since August, I've been doing this for well over a decade, and I have a very controlled and enjoyable. That's my domain, and I have so much fun. I have 4 phases. Your all days, local honey is a palate cleanser. Shout out Carranza Farms. They're awesome. Then the second is like greens and fruit, like a mango habanero palate cleanser. Then the third is where I can kind of figure out where their heat level, what they can tolerate on the second one, and then I'll either bypass that or go up that, and then go to the smoky flavors, because I have a lot of testers. And I rotate some. I do not want people's taste buds to get overwhelmed with the variety. So that's where I make my money. That's what's worth the time. And I always tell people, if you're going to come in, especially when you live in the area, taking a half an hour to an hour, enjoy the experience.
Nice.
Yeah, because otherwise, like I've been to shops that have a wall of hot sauce, if you will.
Yeah.
It's like look at the draw. Which label is cool? I don't know. That one with the donkey. Okay, I don't know. Fucking.
What's the funniest? I was like, he's got a few pretty funny.
I'm still a hot sauce shop.
Yeah,
I gotta carry a couple, but that's meant more as gifts, things like that, and also to let people know that it's not a crazy serious shop. Stuff that's not obscene, but
just a 12 million Schofield or whatever the hell it is.
Schofield, shout out Prison Break. No, Scoville units, that's a separate thing. I'm talking about the stuff with the goofy names. I have a second stuff that will design to destroy. So I have that. So Scoville unit is how they measure the spice of pepper, and I believe how they do it is they keep diluting it in water until you can't taste it. So it goes from 0 to 16 million. It's crazy.
I'm like a 3,241 guy.
Of course, everybody knows.
So
that.
you're probably looking at a jalapeno mix.
Yeah,
sure.
Or a cayenne.
Tabasco.
Yeah.
Tabasco.
Oh, look at that. I see how you tied that together.
You like that?
Yeah.
You're welcome.
No.
Yeah.
Jesus Christ.
Well,
everything else has been great. that pun makes no sense.
No, it's like a Thai-based Tabasco.
You know what they
Oh
say?
no, I got it.
Ay,
Sometimes when
ay.
I say something's not funny, when they explain why it's funny, it becomes funny to me as well.
Let me do it again. Okay. look.
Okay. No, you get one tie at that. So how about some rapid fire questions? Let's. I'm gonna let Michael lead this one off because he's doing terrible.
Who says?
That's our guest.
Nah,
No, it was not doing terrible. Is that one? It's like when people have to sell hockey, they go, "Oh, the fights," and I'm like, "Well, what about the sport?
Yeah.
who cares? It's hockey.
We deserve to lose our team."
It's
Yeah,
fair.
for sure. The ice kept melting.
We're in the
It's
desert.
stupid. It's
Fucking
stupid.
Anyway,
Yeah, anyways,
if you
fire
were
away.
a ghost, who would you haunt first?
Ooh.
I would probably haunt at this point. I would have said maybe about 6 months ago, Ben Shapiro. Even as a fellow Jew, I would haunt him and go, "Why is your voice so weird? And stop wearing a yarmulke if you're just going to make yourself look like an idiot." I would probably haunt at this point Dave Portnoy. First of all, I would say, why did you give Pizza by Napoli at 35th Avenue and Thunderbird is 7.2? And now it would be like, why are you making more money on a stupid bet, but nobody respects you than I've ever made in my life? There's a lot of people to haunt. I have a list of very petty revenge. Scott Ian. Hey, why do you always say how Jewish you are, and then I show you my heavy metal yarmulke, and you go, "Oh, I'm really not that Jewish."
That was like the least amount of effort I've ever seen somebody think for 4 answers on one of our rapid fire questions.
It's true.
He used to be like, I don't
It was
know.
only 3. I have, but there's a list. It's all about the slight grudges that are meaningless.
Well, it's good you
Yeah.
let that shit go.
Yeah, but we're
Jews
cool, right?
don't. Have you ever? The Jewish people go, "Oh, it's a beautiful religion." I'm like, yeah, the holidays just celebrate just death of people that messed with us. The food is
Not spicy enough. Not spicy
Oh no!
enough.
I realized when I was used to ladle horseradish, I realized that was my taste buds crying out for flavor.
Oh, okay. All right. So let me ask this: what is a skill you wish you had other than getting nicknames?
I think you've mastered that one.
I would like the ability to run without severe shin splints
Okay, so young,
or
be young.
random people who have. I just was running and they called me Forrest Gump and I laughed because it's true. My feet supinate. It would be cool to play guitar, but you have to put a lot of practice in. I would
Yeah.
say skill, just like maybe being in this day and age like a less shitty business person.
Yeah, that's pretty solid. So,
Okay.
question on the Forrest Gump thing: just because you're good at nicknames, was this before or after the movie came out? They called you Forrest Gump.
Why would it be
37.
before?
Didn't that come out in 96?
I don't know.
Oh, I would also haunt Forrest Gump or Tom Hanks,
Like
and I
the
would
fictional
go.
character?
I would no, not Forrest Gump. He wouldn't understand.
Right.
Yeah.
You
Well,
know,
yeah, 'cause
he
he's
was
not
very
real.
successful.
Yeah, right.
Tom Hanks, what I would do is I would say, "You're a great actor, but why do all of your roles they're all creepy and you take them too seriously? You're trapped on an island or locked in an airport,
That's what he
or you have
does.
AIDS, or you're
Wow.
Forrest Gump." What? I'm not saying there's anything wrong with Philadelphia. I'm saying or big.
Maybe you combine the two. Philadelphia big.
No, big Philadelphia.
Oh no, I thought you were gonna say big AIDS.
That's not.
Jesus.
That's I
Like,
would
no,
need
that's
to do
just
that.
called full blown.
That's okay.
The Rock Hudson story.
Oh
The
God.
Brady Bunch. How did they make that much money to afford that big of a house? The dad barely worked.
Dude,
Well, he was in porn, obviously.
Yeah, he's the exact
They
era,
literally
like-
had servants. Oh yeah, Alice was part
Uh-huh.
of the family. She could have been fired at any time.
No, she's the fluffer.
Yeah, dude, like, seriously. And those he was like an engineer back then. He made $75,000 a year, and their mortgage was like $18 a month.
True.
You know, come on,
That's
he's
just,
like-
those are the good old days.
yeah, dude, I
And they
mean,
drove a station wagon. What the fuck? do you
Yeah,
want?
seriously, but the kids suck. One more.
Fucking kids. One more. You do it.
Yeah, I got you. All right. So, in your opinion, what is the best hot sauce?
It's like picking your best child.
He's only got one.
Personally, I'm really it depends on what I cook, But right now, because I got high cholesterol, because I got blood tests done for the first time in 15 years, like, we're going to give you statins, which is their way of saying, you stupid piece of shit. You ate too much McDonald's,
Hot
which
sauce.
is true. So I cook a lot of chicken. So I use Doc's Fusion Fuel. I really like barbecue sauce. So it's sort of a smoky, barbecuey with some heat. I really like that hot sauce. I would say currently that's my favorite.
Okay.
Also, I would say Palo Alto Firefighters, Loco, just like good straight up more red sauces. High Desert Sauce Company, Ghost of Saffron, sells super, super well. So I would say Doc's Fusion Fuel.
Okay.
All right.
Well, I thought he was going to say Thibasco.
Thibasco?
Yeah.
Because of the Thai thing.
Yeah, because it was a mix of Thai food and Tabasco.
Right.
See,
See, he got it.
And no,
it
now
took a while, but he got it.
Now the listeners understand because you've explained the joke for them.
Correct. Yeah. Where were you 5 minutes ago?
Yeah, seriously.
Fucking guy.
Right on. Well, thank you so much for coming on the episode. You want to give your business any plugs or shout outs to yourself?
Yeah,
no,
where can you find
First of all, I really appreciate it. That's awesome. Sorry, no.
Do you not
long
know your
arms.
addresses?
708 East Virginia Avenue.
All right.
Phoenix, Arizona 85006. It is the small red shop that looks like it belongs to a few different buildings. It's been bad. I thought I was going to get shot by the police one time. They're like, "Are you the liquor store?" And I said, "What about all of the signs that say Little Shop of Hot Sauce?" That's a different story.
Sure.
littleshopofhotsauce.com. You can follow social media. Me is the Metal Jew. Shout out to the Burger 5, Crowbar, Overkill, Symphony X, Flotsam and Jetsam, and Stryker. Amazing bands. Support them. Symphony X is coming up on tour. And again, social media. And I really recommend it. If somebody comes in, I really would love to give you the experience that I would enjoy.
Take him on a hot journey.
Yeah, I love it. Can people
Yes.
bring like chips and stuff in, or what's the rules for
I
bringing stuff in?
provide
You
my
provide
own
it all.
chips.
A curated
Oh.
experience.
My
in your
own
local hot
chips.
sauce.
What if someone wanted to bring something that's not chips? Like
Doesn't
a
matter.
burrito?
Can we bring like tacos in and then try
Absolutely. So I
Okay.
have a friend of mine who brought in some food, I think from Nami or Green. I don't know the place,
Yeah.
the vegan place. I'm sorry.
Fair.
And he said, "What do you recommend?"
some different restaurant?
Getting something else.
So it already had hot sauce on it, so I recommended a cantaloupe melon Scotch bonnet because I figure it would pop nicely. Yes, you can bring in other food,
cool. Okay.
absolutely,
All right.
and enjoy. That's
Sure.
it.
Okay.
Nice.
Do you do mail order? Like if someone
I
wants-
do.
Okay. All right. Oh,
I
shit.
screamed it.
Wow,
No, just
yeah.
so I could get
It's
more
very-
business.
it's very metal.
really.
Yeah, you're gonna choke on that thing, buddy.
Absolutely. I do. You can order, use code HEATSEEKER,
Mm-hmm.
all caps. I have like 60 different discount codes. Like I'm sorry or
Like, why would you need that many?
Yeah, it's all your nicknames, right?
no for
What if I
other
put
people
Redline
to
in?
make people feel special,
Oh.
even though it has no meaning.
Oh, good. That's nice of you, I think.
No, it's it's a classic tricks.
Yeah.
Good.
Nice.
But I will be offering, I just have to get a couple of the details down and the stupid pictures of the cactus superimposed in my car. I want to do delivery around the neighborhood I don't want to charge anybody extra. Like if they want to tip, that's fine.
I think you put it on your motorcycle, put your cut on, your red line cut.
dude.
just-
Show up with the whole bike gang.
I am no longer. I left
Oh.
it Revolution in good standing. Now, even though I was at the HA Phoenix Clubhouse on Friday, they love hot sauce. But no, I am just the self-appointed sales and marketing manager for the Loose Cannons Motorcycle Club. Such cool. The biker community has supported me so much.
Yeah.
So that's it.
Okay.
Little shop
Awesome.
of hot sauce.
Go
The
check it
Metal
out.
Jew. Yeah.
Yeah,
And I
come down.
appreciate you guys having me on. It means a
No,
lot
that's awesome.
to me.
We
Absolutely.
appreciate it. I hope you're leaving
Ghost,
those.
if I don't get
those-
business, I'll say, please spend
Yeah.
money.
Yeah.
Times are tough.
Perfect. Appreciate it. Thanks for coming on.
Step right up to the wildest show where two big minds are ready to blow. Conversations deep yet full of jest. Come on in, you found the best. Between two giants, here you'll find wit and wisdom intertwined. Love's and knowledge hand in hand. This is the show that's in command. life's wild lanes. Deep dive chats and fun remain. Bet you won't hear this on the plane. Between two giants here you'll find wit and wisdom intertwined. Laughs and knowledge hand in hand. This is the show that's in command. So giants here you'll find wit and wisdom intertwined. Laughs and knowledge hand in hand. This is the show that's in command.